Welcome to your weekend in Gothenburg. Sweden's second largest city has a long seafaring history. Its wonderful squares have earned the city its nickname Little London. And everywhere there are nice people who visibly enjoy living here. Culture and nature. Gothenburg has a lot to offer, and around Christmas time, this city is still a well-kept secret. It's 2 p.m. on Friday.
Välkommen till Hotel Villan.
And you're checking into the Hotel Villan. Villan is a comfortable hotel on the edge of the city, just next to the harbour. The room, Swedish design. Lots of light. And a view straight out over the water. The Elfsnabben will take you to the city centre. That's the name of the ferry across the river. From your hotel, you have to cross the Göta Elf. This river was once Sweden's only gateway to the west. Gothenburg harbour has played a key role for centuries. It's the most important maritime trading centre in Sweden, and very attractive at the same time. The city centre just before Christmas. The people are surprisingly relaxed. No sign of Christmas bustle. The streets smell of cinnamon. The people of Gothenburg have time for each other. The place is a bit like a village. Gothenburg isn't that large anyhow. It has a population of around 500,000. To keep you in cruising mode, let's go to the Café Kringlan. The atmosphere is incredibly cozy. And the cakes are just like Granny used to make. Kringlan is one of Gothenburg's traditional bakeries. The Kringlan's speciality are cinnamon buns called kanelbullar. And here's how it all looks when it's finished. Incredibly delicious. The Kronhus is a 17th century building ensemble where kings were formerly crowned. Today it contains Swedish arts and crafts. To buy, but also just to admire. For instance, in the Glashytta, owned by glass designer Helena Gibson. Here you can watch the creation of what gets sold in the store only a short while later. Right next door is the Choklad och Karamellbutik. The finest confectionery is produced here according to old Swedish recipes. Truly mouth-watering. Most of the tools used to produce the confectionery are based on traditional ones.
In a minute I'm with you.
At Christmas time in particular, Gothenburg is worth visiting for the Choklad och Karamellbutik alone. For all those who've stayed at home, here are a few tips at least on how to recognize good chocolate.
The essentials for really good chocolate are three things. When you smell it, it should smell chocolate. When you break it, it should be a clean click. And when you have eaten it, it should be chocolate flavor in your mouth, not fat flavor.
Gothenburg can be comfortably explored either by public transportation or on foot. When the city starts to get calmer and the evening sun sets above the cobbled streets, it's time for your next destination. Travel by bus to the harbour. There you'll see the Seamen's Tower, or in Swedish, Sjömanstornet. From the visitors' terrace, you'll have all of Gothenburg at your feet. The tower is dedicated to the sailors who died in World War I, yet at the very top of it, there's the figure of a woman, in memory of all the widows left behind. Saturday morning, 10 a.m. A pleasant harbour breeze. And in the bakery right next to the hotel, fresh coffee and breakfast. With a view of the water. Your first stop this weekend Saturday is the Haga quarter. Today, this former workers' district is young, hip and full of very distinct shops and cafes. The Swedes are trendsetters when it comes to fashion, and the Haga quarter has exactly the right shops you need for everything you can't get anywhere else. One of these well-kept secrets is in Magasinsgatan. It's 1 p.m. Miss Ragtime is Gothenburg's premier address for vintage fashion and accessories. Jewellery and clothes, mainly from the 60s and 70s. A bonanza for all women in search of unusual fashions. A bit of London style, but easier to wear. Swedish style and low priced. A few meters further on, Bebop Antique. This is a retro place too. Almost anything your parents threw away in annoyance can be found again revived here in the Bebop. Scandinavian design from the 1920s to the 1970s. Lovingly restored originals. What makes Swedish design so popular worldwide?
Swedish design is very clean. It's a lot of wood and it's not very much decorated.
There's an ice bar here. The thermal coats are compulsory because it's 8 degrees below 0 Celsius. The coat keeps you warm but also prevents the ice from melting due to body temperature. Drinks come naturally enough in ice glasses. Now you've had your drink, it's time you lined your stomach. 8 p.m. You're a guest at the restaurant Hos Pelle, which roughly translated means Pelle's place. A laid-back atmosphere with excellent food and drink. No problem assuming you book in good time, because the Horspelle is very popular even outside the city. The cooking varies between traditional Swedish dishes and modern creations. Prices are high in the restaurant and slightly cheaper in the bistro. Whatever you do, it's delicious. Sunday, 11 a.m. An attractive start to the day at the Preusche Design and Fashion Museum. How can time be visualized? What was fashionable 200 years ago? The exhibits in this museum provide many of the answers. They show what has remained the same over the years and what has changed in design, art and fashion.
Wow, the design scene in Gothenburg is, I think it's interesting because there is a very interesting subcultural tradition and they work together between music, design and art and dance. So in other way, that's the way we are unique, I think.
You now have a ferry trip ahead of you. It takes just half an hour. Your destination, the Skerry of Styrsö. The skerries off Gothenburg date from the Ice Age, and the natural scenery here is breathtaking. p.m. Taking a stroll on Styrsö is just like wandering through a picture book. That's why the island is so popular with the Gothenburgers. Many have vacation homes here, or come here on short visits, like you. The only cars allowed here, if any, are electric ones. Time stands still here, and has done so for years. You may have to wait a bit for the ferry back. It doesn't run all that often, but worse things can happen. Goodbye, Gothenburg. And see you for your next weekend.